Yeah, fellas, I'm really upset right now. I just watched a video put out by the Young Turks. They were talking about an article that came out in 2010 by Jane Gilvery. Skinny Jeans, John Wayne, and the Feminization of America. And the people on the show began to attack her for her view on how feminism has or is destroying the males of America. So I'm going to share the actual article with you since you guys did not get that in that particular video put out by those people. It was written Tuesday, August 24th, 2010 by Jane Gilvery. She wrote, despite what feminists might argue, real men don't wear skinny jeans. I have been waiting for women to start typing those words. I talk about an article that came out in the early 2000s titled, Thank God the Beefcake is Back, by a writer over in the UK of all places where you have some of the most feminized males around. Okay, it's coming out of the UK, so that says a lot. They're very, metropolitan, very politically correct and all that stuff. So it kind of surprised me, but this is coming out of America. She writes, real men also don't wear V-neck tees, and she's talking about the V-neck tees that go way down the chest, not the military V-necks, or accessorized scarves, and I hate accessorized scarves, oh, flowery crap, and they avoid purple and pink like the plague. They did a study with color. They put pink on the prison walls, and the male prisoners ripped it off. Okay? Now, you out there wearing pink, you think you're being all metrosexual and cool, pay attention. The mere idea of a pedicure or waxing makes a real man nauseous. If a woman hangs out with this kind of girly man, routinely, it's only because she wants to share his wardrobe and his non-fat caramel macchiato. Where are more women like this? Women need to wake up to the truth. That whole metrosexual thing, it needs to go underground. That came out also with the homosexual rise. Okay? A woman can't imagine a man reloading his double-barrel shotgun or chopping wood when he's donned in Donna Karan and drinking an apple martini. Men were meant to wear rugged Wranglers, leather jackets, and boots like they belong in a James Dean movie and not an episode of Will and Grace. And I've never seen not one episode of that show. Not even a second of it. Okay? It's my choice. It's my preference not to watch that. All right? I choose to utilize my choice of what I want to watch and put into my head. She writes, when did men in America go from being masculine, steak-eating, plaid shirt-wearing, as you saw me earlier today, Old Spice-smelling, cigar-smoking cowboys who like football, hunting, and Clint Eastwood movies, to skinny jean-wearing, satchel-carrying, pierced-ear metrosexuals who like chick flicks? I'm one of that too. What the hell has happened to the youth, the young males out there? She also says The View and Bath and Body Works. The American man is an endangered species due in large part to the over-feminization of society. And I've been complaining about this with you males for a long, long time, as you guys know. Not surprisingly, she writes, the arrow of blame points towards the feminists who have transformed our schools into gender-neutral zones of indoctrination. What I've also said about that, that's where they start getting you, is in the schools. I've said this again. There's a Dr. Umar Johnson in the black community who's talking about the over-feminization of males in school, and he's a school psychologist with quite a few degrees behind him talking about that. Okay? Early on, boys' innate masculinity is suppressed by banning competitive. Now, let me say something about this. I'm a personal trainer. My son is an athletic trainer for athletes. He works with D1 sports athletes. Two of his clients has got scholarships. And we were talking with a group of people, and he was complaining about where this no-win sports stuff come in. He has a son now, and everybody wins. What the fuck? Everybody wins? No, there should be a winner and a loser. So the losers know to try harder to become winners. But they have the sports even feminized now for young kids. Suppressed by banning competitive, rough games like dodgeball. I love dodgeball. We call it slam ball. When it was rainy outside, everybody got in the gym, had teams, one side. We took those balls and slammed them in people's backs, faces, all that kind of stuff. I love that shit. A guy I went to high school with, Gerald Wilhite. He was usually one of the last people standing because he was that good. As you probably know him from the Denver Broncos. Games like dodgeball and tag on the playground, having co-ed teams, not keeping score in soccer games. What? Well, at least I know that the soccer games that my grandkids are playing, they are keeping score. And rewarding passive, demure behavior, she says. Let me restate that entire sentence so that it makes sense without me interrupting. Early on, boys' innate masculinity is suppressed by banning competitive, rough games like dodgeball and tag on playgrounds, having co-ed teams, not keeping score in soccer games, and rewarding passive, demure behavior. So they are rewarding and programming you so that by the time you get to the age that you're listening to me now, you've already been indoctrinated with that passive and demure behavior. And then you're wondering why you can't get a date. This has been going on for a long time in your lives, and you're not even aware of it. You're not aware of what has done to jack you up so that women do not find you attractive. Acting all shy and demure, batting your eyes, being passive. Teacher, the fuck out of here. Boys learn to subdue their more spirited, because they suck the life out of you, intrepid behavior in elementary and middle school, their male instincts of competition and individualism quashed in the interest of what's best for girls as they walk like lemmings over the edge of the radical feminist cliff by the time they reach high school. They'll suck your balls out, brothers. That's why you're having trouble out there in the game. Or that's one of the major reasons you're having trouble out there in the game. Been feminized. Because of the feminist movement, boys aren't allowed to be boys. And I've complained about that for a long, long time. Society has fenced them in, corralled their adventurous enthusiasm in the name of sexual equality. The end product is a panty waist, or is panty waist pushovers who will cry during steel magnolias and urinate sitting down. That's just disgusting. Oh, God. Urinate sitting down. Got a fucking panty waist. Do some push-ups, motherfucker. Chop down a tree. Do something manly. Go hunting or some shit. Urinating sitting down? What kind of femmy shit is that? This is bad news for America, she writes, who will eventually have to reap what the feminists have sown, which will be a paucity of male leaders, entrepreneurs, scientists, and heroes. Now, we got to understand that the people who got really behind that feminist movement were actually lesbian women. They gave it the big push back in the 60s and 70s and 80s. Okay? That's who's been programming your minds. All right? That's why you're having trouble. They don't want you getting the women out there. They want the women for themselves. That leaves more for them to hunt. You think this shit's a joke? These females are serious about their pussy. Let me get serious about it. Okay? They don't want you fucking the pussy. They want to be able to mug runch and rubs together. Continuing. Phyllis Schlafly, Schlafy, president of Eagle Forum, reports in Where Are the Men? I'm going to have to read that one too. That the ratio of males to females on college campus has swung from 60 to 40 to 40 to 60, with 58% of women earning degrees from four-year colleges. And I talked about that in a show earlier today. In the black community, you see more black women getting degrees than black men. In Latina or Latino community, the same thing. Okay? In the coming years, this will severely impact the American family, who have traditionally relied upon the father as the primary breadwinner. It is simply foolish to think that America can prosper without men. This is coming from a woman, fellas. But New York Times columnist and radical feminist Maureen Dowd suggests the opposite. Mr. Dowd is the author of Are Men Necessary? When Sexes Collide, in which she, I think she's being humorous calling him Mr. Dowd, but anyway, in which she opines and whines about the current state of feminism and questions the value of a woman pursuing a male mate. Interesting. The search for real men is rough out there for attractive women there, fellas. Many guys do not qualify in the real men category because they've been feminized. You don't realize you got feminine nature, and you start pointing with your pinky finger, crossing your legs like a girl, as if you don't have a pair of balls between your legs. I can't get my legs crossed. I might crush my balls. Probably most males who do that got little tiny balls. Little tiny balls. Hollywood is also doing its part to marginalize and diminish the role of men in this society. In the Academy Awards winning movie Juno, a teenage girl is faced with an unplanned pregnancy after a night of casual, meaningless sex with her friend Polly. Polly. Juno not only ignores Polly after they have sex, but overtly excludes him from any decisions about whether or not to choose abortion over life. To the viewer, Polly is a non-factor, a bystander, incapable of taking charge, unable to rescue Juno and stand firm in his fatherhood, albeit unplanned. Feminists just love a movie that glamorizes teenage pregnancy and depreciates the male role in conception. Now, you guys heard me talk about when I was coming up, a young adult in my early 20s, they came out with a movie, a commercial, the Aviance commercial, and the woman was saying, I can bring home the bacon, fried up in a pan, and never let you get your man. They showed the woman going to work, then coming home cooking, and then next thing was she was in a nice sexy outfit for bed, okay? Because women were in the workplace back then. The feminists hated that movie. The gay women hated that movie because it was alluding to sex with men. Of course, they're going to not like that movie and get it changed. They changed it. They started fucking with them. They went after that company. It became the next version of the movie, and I started complaining about it to my ex-wife. Showed the girl going to work. Showed her coming home. There was no nighttime. Nah, that was gone. Feminists got that off. They don't want you thinking about sex with women. They showed every now and then, I need a hand. The man's in there cooking, cleaning, hold the baby, change the baby. Now, I'm not against change the babies. I change my son's diapers every now and then. But they're making it look like it was a regular thing. That they made it look like the man was becoming feminized. The third version of that commercial, the man's in there cooking, cleaning the house, watching the kids. She comes home. He fixes her dinner practically. Okay? That's how bad it went down. I actually wouldn't watch the third version. I have dim memories of it. That's all I can remember from it. It got that bad. I actually stopped watching commercials after that too. I didn't like TV, where TV was going back in the 80s. In Jennifer Aniston's movie, she writes, in Jennifer Aniston's new movie, this is going back to 2010, The Switch, she plays an unmarried 40-year-old who decides that she doesn't need a man to have a baby and instead turns to artificial insemination of a donor's sperm, even throwing a getting pregnant party to celebrate with her friends. Hollywood loves to program our minds, okay? They love to program your mind. You got to be aware of what comes out of Hollywood. As I said many years ago and been said, even said earlier today, during a movie called A Clockwork Orange, I woke up to the truth, okay? I woke up to the truth of what's going on in life. What's going on in the world? Why are people such sheeple or sheep? And I was in the 9th grade when I had my awakening to seeing what's really going on. And I've been awake ever since, watching this shit, complaining about this shit. I saw the bullshit when they tried to get my race to adopt Ebonics. As if African Americans can't speak English if they choose to. Give me a fucking break. I saw what they were doing. I saw what they were doing when they got us to wear our clothes backwards. That was the first test, as I've stated many times, during the 80s with the crisscross and the wearing the clothes backwards. Okay? I know what they're doing to my community. Now look at us. Pretty soon black men will be in dresses. They got Kanye West to wear a dress, and they got rappers to do the sagging thing just to program us. Fuck that. So returning. The male roles in the movie are those of sperm donors, with Aniston's character firm in her belief that a woman doesn't need a man to conceive and rear a child. And if that child's a boy, how many guys have been raised by single-parent mothers? You can't give her that nice guy veneer. You can't seem to attract a date, huh? It takes a man to teach a boy how to be a man, not a woman. Now, there are going to be a lot of women that complain about this, say, I raised a son just fine. No. It takes male energy, okay? It's been that way since the beginning of time. It takes a man to raise a man, to teach a man how to be a man. Because many of the children of those single-parent families watch my videos and are here on my channel. I've heard so many times that you're like the father I never had. So let's get real about this. Continuing. The implicit message of this movie is that men are not important in the raising and maturing of children. Their biological contribution to conception is where their role begins and ends. Do you see what's coming down the pike? Think about when you are my age. What is going to happen? If this stuff continues, what's going to keep going on and on and on? When you're 54 like me, you have grandkids out there, and you see what they're being programmed with. They probably only have sports in school by then. They'll have things like knitting for boys, makeup, application, how to attract another man to you. Returns to the old Greek society where they had that thing called pedagogy, where they would seduce a boy, and take him off and carry him off so they could just do the butt slamming with him. Or do it like the 300 people. They took a male as a trainee, butt slam while they trained him too. In fact, these people used to fight in the nude. Don't fall down in battle. Okay? You guys who study real history, you guys know what I'm talking about. I know they came out with that glorious movie from Hollywood and showed them these badass uber motherfuckers hopping over buildings and shit with knives in their teeth and shit like that. We got to learn the real truth. Hollywood's all fantasy shit. Don't fall into the fantasy. Unfortunately, this kind of thinking has become the norm rather than the exception in American culture. Feminists' dogged efforts to have society view men and women as being the same instead of different but equal have paid off. The rotten fruits of their endeavors are manifest in statistics recently released by the Heritage Foundation, which reports that in 2008, it's going back to 2008, it's worse today. A record of 40% of the babies born in the U.S. were born to unwed mothers, compared to 3% in 1929. In the black community, it was only 12% of the women were having no fathers in the picture, single parent births. Now it's 71%. To my African American people, they have feminized our males a lot. They have disrupted our fucking community. But it's not just coming from them, the feminization stuff. That's new up on us. Continuing. American men aren't men anymore because feminists have equated maleness with everything that's repugnant and have molded men to be more like women. I see black males wearing pink shirts. I'll probably get some guy, some knucklehead, some idiot who can't wake the fuck up to the truth, trying to defend his punk ass. Well, I wear pink because I'm comfortable with my masculinity. You femmed out mother... Never mind. I hate people to defend their bullshit when they know they're stuck in the bullshit. Feminists have slaved the real man by suppressing his desires for adventure, beauty, and competition. We got males that are afraid to go to the nightclubs now because that's where the males go, and they're afraid of the competition. They rather hunt in the daytime because there's no competition, number one. When they go to the nightclub, there's competition there. Bars, there's competition there. Yeah. Competition, his yearning for greatness and excitement. John Wayne once said, I'm the stuff that real men are made of. America needs more John Waynes, Well, seriously, John Wayne once said, I'm the stuff that men are made of. America needs more John Waynes, Excuse me, that slipped out. But seriously, America does need more real males, real men. Real men attract women. That's the way it is. Attract real women. Now, I know there's always some guy that's going to come back with, what about those emo guys? They got weird, creepy emo girlfriends. That's a cultural thing, okay? I've been dealing with guys since early 2001. So I've heard all the bullshit. I've been saying the exact same stuff since 2001, 2002. I've been complaining about the same bullshit that's going on. It's gotten worse now. I look at what's going on in Japan. Article out of Japan. Men, there's a percentage of men who aren't even dating women over there anymore. There's a percentage of men who are having sex with dolls, and they have doll bordellos. Europe, they're fucking animals. They got animal bordellos in some of the European countries. Why should I bother with a female? I go get a sheep. Oh, hell no. Hell no, brothers. It's time for us to get back to manhood, period. It's time for men to come back. What say ye? What say ye, brothers? Put a comment in below. Peace.